Hi fans, Todd Graffagnini here, voice of the Green Wave. Time to talk a little Tulane men's basketball, and what a week it was at Tulane. Two huge wins, both in overtime, a triple overtime victory in Greenville against East Carolina, and then back on Saturday on Ferret Street, an overtime win against the Memphis Tigers. First time Tulane beats Memphis in New Orleans in 16 years. Heroes galore. We'll talk to head coach Ed Conroy about it and also preview this week's matchup against the Houston Cougars.
Fun week. Very proud of our guys. I thought, the toughness and the resiliency they showed to gut out these two wins was a lot of fun to be a part of, and very gratifying to watch those guys and how they stepped up and played together. As it goes back to our conditioning and all the things throughout the summer and the fall that we talk about, and how to finish games, and the great work we do in our strength and conditioning program with Dan Rickaby, and just even how we approach running our sprints each time, and how we put the focus and try to talk about, hey, there's going to be a time in overtime, there's going to be a time maybe double overtime, we have to finish those games. And these guys were able to draw on that experience and really pull it out in crunch time. I thought our execution was really good down the stretch of both games. I think as a team we were consistent in stepping into whatever role we needed to play, and you saw that from several guys off the bench, whether it was TJ Oliver against Memphis, great lift, but those four guys really kind of led the way. Cam Reynolds hit big shots down the stretch in both games and gave us nice offensive punch off the bench, and Cam's so valuable because he can play so many different positions. He knows the game so well. You can really plug him in and use him in special situations in great fashion. Lou Dabney, the leadership he showed in both games, had battled the foul trouble against Memphis, but he was able to get going again on the inside, and he's such a versatile scorer. He can post up, he can score that mid-range, he can score from the three, and he had all three parts of his game working. Malik Morgan, I guess there's a lot of tools in that box as well. He can get it done, hitting the offensive boards, the defensive boards. Made some great plays down the stretch in finding Dylan on the ball screen against Memphis. Knocked down some timely threes against East Carolina. And then Dylan, I think Dylan's emerging. He showed his versatility and his talent early in the year, and just how hard he worked in conditioning. You talk about someone that transformed their body and their ability to play at a high level for major minutes. You have to think about Dylan, but I think his toughness around the low block in the last couple of games is really what separated him. And I thought his performance against Memphis was really sensational in that regard. They were able to enter the league a year ahead of us, and I think as we all are elevating our recruiting, I think Houston's seeing the dividends of that extra year of recruiting, because their roster is as talented as it's been, and those guys have played at a high level. So we'll have our hands full Wednesday night, but I would hope after the last couple of games, and especially how good our crowd was. I loved our crowd against Memphis, especially the ones, everybody, I appreciated everybody being there and all of the students there. But especially I thought our athletes, I thought our football team, they had our back. And that was so much fun to be a part of, because we appreciated that. Hopefully we're out in full force on Wednesday night. Love the way our team is playing. Love how we're coming together. And we've got a quality opponent coming in Wednesday night, and hopefully we can keep the homestand winning streak going.